Hey, lighten up, jerk!
And but keep in mind that the norm back then was you eat to survive. But nowadays, especially here in America, like the norm is more like, oh, we get to take pictures of our food, and like
it's a form of entertainment.
Exactly,
it's a form of entertainment.
It's art. It's entertainment. It's a science,
right.
And it's science and art kind of all wrapped. It's all that wrapped into one thing, which you could say is like kind of decadent in a lot of ways, but it's still like
for sure it is.
I mean, they do call it culinary arts for a reason. But yeah, I still think that it's great because I love, and I'm a very eclectic guy. Like I can eat at like one of the kind of lower class like cheap restaurants, but I also like like the high end type of stuff as well. I'm at home in both places.
But I think just one. I still remember back in college, a lot of when I was a senior, and I had a lot of people from my church who were freshmen, and they were like, "Kevin, you're like a low key hipster," and I was like,
"I definely see that."
I was like, I never would have been thought about myself that way, but it's kind of true.
It's funny, but that's become like kind of like a pejorative.
Yeah.
Before it was like kind of like this innocuous kind of thing, but then I think that, it's because like they started taking on like this snooty kind of elitist attitude, which then made everyone hate them.
Right. But that's the thing I think about just the hipster culture is that like they're not afraid to try new things, right? And like especially if it gets likes on Instagram. Right. But I mean, I think part of the reason why I'm not as outgoing in terms of like I do cook and I do come up with my own recipes. For example, there's a recipe that I'm working on right now, ube cinnamon rolls. So basically cinnamon rolls, but there is purple sweet potato from Philippines.
Ube is a purple sweet potato indigenous to the Philippines.
We're putting a picture up like right somewhere right around here.
Future me will put it like right here, right now.
But we're just working that into the dough and making basically a super brilliant purple cinnamon roll that has like that very distinct nutty kind of flavor from ube. So like that's my thing, right? That's my jam, is that like I love developing new recipes, but I just don't like. I don't know. Part of the culture about like making food look presentable is starting to destroy kind of like what food is supposed to be about, which is it's supposed to be delicious.
It's supposed to be it's supposed to taste good. It's supposed to be nourishing. But yeah, there has been there has been this. I don't want to use such a harsh word, but almost a perversion of food and food culture. Because now it's like because we when we had Devin on and he was talking about our buddy, his mom owns like this bar restaurant place, and he was telling us how much more expensive the food cost is, just because you have to get it pretty for Instagram and stuff, and you have to have Instagrammable food. And so the kind of artificial inflation of like the Instagram culture has negatively impacted like the actual food cost of like restaurants and like trying like the kind of keeping up with the Joneses as it were.
Right, where I think they've kind of gone away. Not now that at this particular place, Pineapple Hill, our favorite, one of our favorite places to go. The food there is amazing. It's really good.
It is good.
But it's kind of like where you're more focused on like how it looks more than how it tastes, which is kind of it's, to me, I'm more about like I want it to taste good. It might not always look super presentable, but my person is like I just want to eat it. It's gonna go in here, so it's like
it's gonna come out brown. It's gonna come out brown. So does it matter if it looks pretty? I mean. There's that old saying, you eat with your eyes first, and to a degree that's true, because you're not gonna look at a bowl of gray slop and be like, even though it might be like the most amazing thing in the world, just initially like just looks wise, it doesn't look appealing.
Right.
there's a there's a great Futurama episode with do you remember? There's a character on there who's a robot, Bender. I actually have a figure of Bender over there, but he wants to become a like famous chef, but he's a robot, so he has no taste buds. So he ends up like getting like searching around, like he finds like this person to help train him, and because all of the food he makes is terrible. But he gets like this, magic elixir that he pours on his like slop that he makes, and it's like, oh man, this is the greatest thing ever. Right. It turns out it's MSG, but
MSG doesn't make things LSD.
I think it was MSG. It was maybe it was LSD. I could be remembering it wrong, but yeah, it's just like
because I remember because it was like this huge. It wasn't like MSG. It was, I think because people were like going really like they were like almost like deranged in their description of this, this gray looking slop.
It could have been LSD.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
I had to watch that episode again, but that's kind of like.
Yeah, and they do like this Iron Chef kind of style thing where Bender goes on and he like competes against this really well known like celebrity chef
Elzar,
yeah, the Neptunian.
Yeah, well, Elzar is a parody off of
Emerald.
Yeah.
Bam.
It's like. Yeah. Put a little sock into it, bam.
Yeah, it's like grab your Spice Weasel and blam.
Yeah, but I guess just nowadays it's like like you brought up how we eat with our eyes, but has it come to a point where we only eat with our eyes? Right? I think nowadays the businesses that are actually succeeding the most aren't necessarily the businesses that taste the best. It's the businesses that come up with the new things,
right?
Like things that no one has seen before that are beautiful.
Right. I think I don't know if it was Patience, at least in terms of like contemporary food culture, but I think one of the first ones was the cronut.
Yeah.
The cronut, like everyone was like putting up on their social media. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe they made like a croissant donut thing. It's like this huge fad, and like all these like other like boutique donut shops started doing it, and I think that I think at least in terms of contemporary food culture, that's what started it off.